This is Micornus, Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. Once more, we continue with this topic, and we wrapping it up. The topic that gives you some ways and some tips of how to deal with situations differently, how to manage situations in a more rational manner, in a more emotional, intelligent manner, and because most of us, as I say, we respond to situations and regret thereafter and then start feeling very bad about ourselves and start judging ourselves of how we could have dealt with the situation better, how we could have actually managed the situation in a more civil manner, and therefore we feel bad about that. But I want to urge you as a young man to therefore learn out of the tips that we're giving right now, because that will help you actually to deal with situations much more better from the word go. And therefore you don't need to go through that condemnation process of condemning yourself because you would have actually responded wrongly or in an uncivil manner. Now, the first thing that we want to advise you today is what we call empathy journal. That's one of the ways that you could actually use when you are dealing with situations. Empathy journal is whereby after interactions, you write down what you think the other person was feeling when you were interacting with them, when you were communicating with them. Either when you were angry and you were speaking to the people, you basically look at how they have felt in my approach. And as you do that, you actually reflect to the feeling that you think they were feeling. And why reflect on how well you understood their perspective as well? Because sometimes when you are communicating with people, you may actually be irrational in dealing with people because you're looking at your perspective only. But when we speak about this empathy journal, is whereby you don't only reflect on your side, you look at the other person and also rather reflect or put yourself in their shoes and just imagine how they would have felt in the approach that you've done and the way you have approached things. And then sometimes, as you do that, you're going to start to learn that people have got feelings like you do. You're going to start to learn that people have got emotions as well, like you do. So therefore, if you reflect that way, you may actually change next time and say, but this could have been hurting to the person. This might have felt the person to feel small when I spoke to them this way. This could have made the person to feel excluded in this regard when I've spoken this way. Now, when you start to reflect that, is what we call empathy journal. It does help and it does make you reflect each time you communicated with people, and so that next time you communicate differently because you would have learned out of your empathy journal. Now, the second thing is what we call emotional labeling practice. And emotional labeling practice is one thing that many people are actually struggling to be aware of this. And this is whereby throughout the day, you pause in between to identify and label your emotions. And try to be specific actually in those emotions. Don't just label them randomly, but be specific in them. For an example, I'm feeling very frustrated. So label that. That is frustration. You're feeling very frustrated. If you're feeling angry, label it and say, I am feeling very angry. And that's very important that you label it correctly, because if you are not labeling it correctly, you are just going to actually ignore how you feel. Because sometimes we say, no, I'm just feeling bad. But just that feeling bad must actually be described. If it's a frustration feeling, explain it as a frustration feeling. If it's a feeling of anger, so please label it as such. Let it be clear and don't be wishy-washy about it. Because if you don't do that, you're going to miss out on what we call emotional labeling practice, and it may not help you because you can only solve something that you can point at. You can also only solve something that you are able to know what it is. What you cannot identify, you cannot solve. And that's just exactly how it is. So please start to identify the type of emotions, start to identify the type of feeling that you have, and label it properly and practice doing that every day. And as you do that, you are able actually to manage it differently because you would have labeled it in a proper manner. Now, the other way that we want to assist you with as a young man of how to deal with situations in a more rational manner, in a more better, emotional, intelligent manner, is what we call gratitude practice. Now, gratitude practice, many don't have, because many people feel entitlement of, I'm entitled to be given gifts because it's my birthday. I'm entitled to be given that and that. And when you start to become entitled to things, you don't have gratitude in your life. So gratitude comes with practice. But also, as I say, you need to be aware that you lack gratitude. Because if people are not aware that they're lacking gratitude, they may not even attend to the issue of gratitude because they are not aware that they're lacking gratitude. Now, when we talk about gratitude practice, is whereby you are aware that you lack gratitude. Now, because you are aware that you lack gratitude, you write down things you appreciate about the people in your life. And this practice, what it will do, it will help you to focus on others' positive qualities, and that fosters empathy as a result. So this is very, very important. What you do is you basically appreciate other people. You look at the things that you appreciate about them and identify those things that you appreciate about them. And also, as you do that, you actually practice you practice to focus on those things that the people are good at, those people that are actually important to you, they are good at. And as you do that, what it will do, those qualities, positive qualities that you look at, is going to help you to foster some empathy towards those people. And that's the reason why the people that you love, you are more kinder to. And the people that you think they're important to you, you're more kinder to. And I must really say that it's those people that you think they're useless in your life, that you're not kind enough to them. And the reason here is because you have not done what we call gratitude practice. And we want to urge you as a young man to learn what we call gratitude practice. Writing down things you appreciate about other people. And also make sure that those people that are in your life, when you appreciate them, you specifically say, I appreciate them because of this. And as you know that practice will help you to focus on others' positive qualities and not see negatives only on people. Because there are some of us who sees only the negative out of people and we see nothing positive. And I always say there are two sides of an individual. The very same individual that you think they are bad and evil, there is a positive side of them. If you are giving yourself time to scrutinize them, you are going to see positive things out of them as well. And as you do that, identify those positive things, focus on others' positive qualities, and that will foster some empathy from you as well. The next thing that I want to introduce to you as a young man is what we call conflict resolution role play. Conflict resolution role play. And I think many of us would know that we're having conflicts every day with people. We're having conflicts every single moment with people. Colleagues at work, people together with us in church, our own families, friends and relatives as well. We do have conflicts amongst us. And as an individual young man, I want to urge you to start practicing what we call conflict resolution role play. And as you do that, it's going to help you to basically be able to resolve or to solve conflicts in a more rational manner with a more better emotional intelligence. So practice resolving conflicts through role playing different scenarios. So focus on using I statements. So always say I statements. And those statements say, I do this, I make this, I go to such a place. I statements. And those statements and make sure that you also do what we call active listening as you do that. Now, this is very important because most of the time, conflict resolution role play is actually because you're doing it alone. You are actually in a closet. And our advice as Young Men Empowerment Forum is you could actually sit in front of a mirror and use the I statements as you are doing that role play. And that's very important. And it's not easy actually to practice alone. But if you are able actually to have somebody that you're closer to, somebody that is your friend, maybe a partner and so on, you want to practice conflict resolution role play, you can actually role play with them. You can do it individually, and we advise as Young Men Empowerment Forum that you could sit in front of a mirror, but also you could actually use the role play by role playing with others, the significant ones around you, because you are practicing actually to become better in dealing with situations a bit more rationally in every single second. Now, lastly, for today, I hope this will help you, is what we call social skills feedback. And that's one of those things that also we want to emphasize as Young Men Empowerment Forum, that you could use as a way actually of rationally dealing with situations. And you ask a trusted friend or a colleague for feedback on your social interactions with people and areas where you can improve, because this needs somebody who's actually ready to be reflected upon, to be given feedback, if you are somebody who's able to receive feedback. Remember that feedback is a gift, and ability to receive feedback is one of the strengths that a young man needs. And there are many people that don't want to face feedback because they don't want to face correction. They are incorrectable, so they don't want to be corrected. Now, therefore, they don't allow feedback about themselves. But in this case, we're talking about when you are embracing feedback. Speak to one of your significant others. It could be your friend, it could be a partner, it could be a colleague at work. Tell them to reflect and therefore give you feedback of how you interact with others, because this is very important. Well, when you are not having feedback, you may not know how you interact with others, because you may find yourself and tell yourself, I interact with others in a very good way. Now, sometimes we generalize and say in a good way. What is good way? And good way, we may not explain what a good way of interacting with others is. But I want to urge you as a young man to start actually embracing feedback. And as we emphasize that feedback is a gift that may be helping you as you embrace feedback from other people. We want to end up here today. Your host, Micornus Phokane. I'm the leader. I'm the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum, and I believe that you are learning out of this. But also, before we check out today, we want to remind you of our Facebook page, Young Men Empowerment Forum. So please follow us and also like that page, our Facebook page, Micornus Phokane as well. So please make sure that you like and follow it as well. And the good Lord will bless you. Click notification buttons on our Facebook pages. They will remind you when we've got videos of this kind. Don't forget our TikTok account as well, available for you, with many other videos that we posted in the past that might be very important for you. Our YouTube channel, available for you. And it is there for your subscription. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure that you click notification button. And above all, I want to request you to share these videos with your loved ones. Share these videos with your colleagues. Share these videos with also your friends, because this is very important for them to hear as well. And they will learn and become better people as they do so. Allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.